is the season of harvest. We think of orchids and fields and baskets brimming with fruit. But harvest isn't only about food. It's about gathering what we've nurtured all year long. It's about taking stock of what has grown, what has survived, what is ready to be shared. Oh, goodness gracious. For me, this season has been about harvesting both body and soul. On one hand, I'm asking more of my body than ever before. More movement, more strength, more endurance. And on the other hand, I'm actually giving my body more grace than ever before too. And even though it feels like a paradox, it's actually balance. Because there was a time where I approached the gym like the battlefield that it thought that it was. Thing about measuring my worth with reps and sweat. I thought discipline meant hardness, that strength was only built through pushing and punishing and pushing some more. But lately, I've been learning a new way. Discipline still matters. Believe me, it still matters because believe me, I do still push myself. But now I'm layering compassion into the process. Instead of asking, how much can I punish my body into submission? I'm asking, how much can I support my body into growth? Some days, support looks like going heavier and running faster. Well, maybe not really running, but stretching further for sure. Other days, it looks like rest and hydration. Well, hydration, always please and thank you, but gentleness. The harvest of the body isn't about wringing it dry. It's about tending it like a field, knowing when to push and when to let it breathe. Strength without softness is brittle. Softness without strength is unanchored. But together, they create resilience. What strikes me is that the body itself is kind of a stage. It carries every role we've ever played, every triumph, every setback, every moment we pushed too hard or held too much. My body remembers. And just like theater, the body is both visible and indivisible. Wait a second. It's visible and invisible. People see the surface, the lines of muscle, the sweat on your shirt, but they do not see the invisible labor, the quiet moments of discipline, the inner negotiation that brought you there. The body is where our inner choices become visible. It is the stage on which our private rehearsals, our thoughts, intentions, and practices become public performances. And that realization made me ask myself, what story is my body telling me right now? Because the body actually is only half of the story. The other half, the quieter half at times, is the soul. This season has asked me to take bigger leaps inward, to sit with thoughts that I've been avoiding. I laugh because it's true. To journal, to sing, to write, to move, to let my inner world spill outward. And it has been. Believe me, it has been in the best possible way. It feels dangerous sometimes, at times, maybe at first, I don't know. But yeah. Our inner lives are so tender, so unpolished, but keeping everything bottled up inside does not make it safer. It makes it stagnant. So letting my thoughts out through art, through words, through theater has been its own kind of harvest. These are the fruits of seeds I planted long ago. The ideas I've been nurturing in silence, and here I am sharing them and making a million mistakes and still showing up anyway. To share them feels like gathering baskets of apples and offering them to others around the table. Oh, apple picking. It's vulnerable, not apple picking. Well, maybe, I don't know, but sharing yourself. Someone could judge your fruit, say it's too small or too bruised, but harvest is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about saying, this grew in me and now I share it with you. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I wonder, where in your life are you harvesting strength? Where are you harvesting softness? What has been growing quietly in your inner world that is ready to be shared? Because sometimes we think that harvest only counts if it's flashy, if it's a big accomplishment, a public success. But your harvest could be smaller and quieter. It's the courage to rest, maybe. or the bravery to write a single honest sentence. The strength to show up for yourself when no one is watching. That counts too. The hardest part of harvest is showing up bare. I've been practicing a new kind of openness. Openness? I don't know. Less polished, less curated, more raw. My goodness gracious me. At the gym, that looks like letting myself be freaking sweaty because there's no other way with me. And imperfect because there really is no other way with me. Instead of needing to appear strong all the time. In art, that looks like sharing drafts and messy truths instead of waiting until everything is flawless. Falling forward into openness is terrifying and also freeing because the truth is, no one connects with perfection. Absolutely no one. People connect with presence, with honesty, with the courage to be seen as you are. So I'm letting myself be seen in muscle, in sweat, in words, in silence, in stage lights, in shadows. And the more I do, which I do a lot, the more I realize that harvest isn't just about gathering. It's about sharing. What good is abundance if you hoard it? Harvest is meant to be given away. The body and soul are partners in this season, in every season, as a matter of fact. And in this season, because we're talking about harvesting and falling forward, one gathers strength and the other gathers truth. And together they weave a story of growth that is both visible and invisible. This fall, I'm harvesting both. I'm asking my body to rise and giving it rest. I'm asking my soul to speak and giving it grace. Because believe me, I'm speaking my truth this season. I'm falling forward into the paradox of being both soft and strong, both disciplined and gentle, both inward and outward. And I invite you to do the same. To look at your own life and ask, what is ready to be harvested in me? What is ready to be shared? And how can I meet myself with both strength and softness along the way? Because this is the season of the body and soul alike. This is the harvest that sustains us This is the harvest that sustains us long after leaves have fallen. Because we are preparing for winter after all. As I sit with the season, I keep returning to the truth that harvest is not a moment. It is a rhythm. It is not just one workout, one breakthrough, one moment of courage to share your inner world. Harvest is the accumulation of the daily tending, the quiet consistency of showing up, the patience to trust what you've been nurturing, body and soul, will reveal itself in time. And that is what I leave you with. The reminder that your body and soul don't need you to demand perfection. They need you to notice, to listen, to honor what they've been asking for. Some days they'll ask you to push. Some days they'll ask you to rest. Some days they'll ask you to finally let that thought, that story, that feeling out into the open. And each time you say yes to the invitation, you are harvesting. You are gathering the fruits of a life that's both disciplined and tender, both grounded and expansive. And falling forward in the season isn't about crashing or failing. It's about learning into the balance between strength and softness. And it's about remembering that growth happens, not in one dramatic leap, but in the 1,000 small choices you take every single day to stay present with yourself. Thank you so much for listening once again. Hug tighter, love stronger, always believe. Remember, this is the body's harvest, this is the soul harvest, this is the season of falling forward into both. See you all next time as we continue the series.